Hello, it's me again. A little bit different type of video, and I'll explain. Yeah, before we get into the video, I just want to thank everyone for putting up with me. My chaotic ways, my just jumping into videos, that's just how my brain works. And I guess one reason I'm explaining that now is because of someone we're going to talk about. We all in life wind up with different health issues or losses, grief, and all that, and we wade our way through life. And pretty much what I had to do in 2012 when I suffered my ruptured brain aneurysms and I was in a coma. When I did get to come home, I will say I treasured every minute. But it was a long haul. But I'm here. I'm here to talk about it. And I'm more blessed than a lot of people. That I do know. Through the years, I've heard stories about people that have went through what I went through or didn't make it through what I went through. So, for all the deficits I have, I'm blessed. I'm really blessed. But again, I want to thank each and every one of you. I keep telling homie I want to do a live because I want to connect with y'all. Not that I don't read your comments and they put a smile on my face. I have issues with my fingers. I've lost video because of it in the past few months because my brain just didn't do what it should have at the time. It's things y'all don't see. But anyway, main thing is I want to thank you. And just know, if you're one of the ones that are at home because of health, or you're a caretaker, you're going through struggles, I hope that in some small way, me and my family, with what we show here on YouTube, gets you out of it just a little bit, because I don't live in, I try not, put it this way, I try not to live in the negative. Not that it never hits, but like I tell Omi, you hit it, you digest it, you let it go. Because with faith, we know we make it through it. Tonight's video had nothing to really do with that, but then it did. Heather from The Needy Homesteader. I watch a lot of her videos in the past, and I've watched several since she's come back to YouTube. I know it was 2 years in February that she was in a deadly car crash and lost her husband. Not only did she lose her husband, she about lost her own life. Hospital for months, a lot of rehab. She can tell you the details if you'll go over to her channel. It's her story to tell. And amongst all that, she had 2 children that were injured. And the weight of everything that she went through 2.5 years ago and what she's still going through. Yeah. What, honey? Come on. She wants up on my lap. What she's going through. Come on. Come on. She still faces a lot of issues. And she still goes through her grief where she lost her husband. And she's still there for her children. And she's fighting to get back as good as she can get back. And I think she's doing a great job. She had so much more on her 2.5 years ago between all her injuries and I know she's got traumatic brain injury like I do for a different reason. Hers is due to having the car crash and all that, but still it's a traumatic brain injury that affects you for life. You learn to adapt to it. And the other day I was listening to her and she's talking about the Joyful Pantry. And if any of y'all follow me, you know I've been going through my pantry, my stockpile. I've tried to weed out a lot of the stuff that I was afraid that I wouldn't use in time. I used some. I gifted some. Some I had to throw out. I didn't feel comfortable. If I won't use it for my family, I won't give it to another family. So my pantry's been a work in progress for a while because I've always, once I had the money to do it. In the beginning, no. Beginning years of our marriage, my grocery budget was $30. And that was with one child at home and every other weekend, 3 children. I had a $30 budget and I made it. But not a lot of stock up at my house. As time went on and I could afford it, I started making sure that I had at least a month's worth of food. And then it got to a little bit more. Then 2020 hit. I went way overboard. I did. I know I've been able to bless a lot of other families with what I had. But at the same time, there was waste involved too, and that didn't make me feel good. So Omi and I've been talking, and she's reevaluating what she's doing. I'm reevaluating what I'm doing. And this video's brought on. Thank you, Heather, for including everyone in the Joyful Pantry Challenge. And at the end of the video, I want to ask y'all something. But anyway, Omi and I were talking, and the main things I remember growing up was salt and pepper. I brought them out here to show you. I remember beef and chicken bouillon in the cube. And I still use them. I didn't have any chicken because I've been using another one, which we may get into in another video. But the cube, we would have vanilla extract. I remember having almond extract. Omi refreshed my memory on some other ones that we had growing up that I really don't remember having. I shouldn't say refresh my memory. I should say she told me. But it was brought on by something else I had purchased somewhere else, which you'll see probably in another Joyful Pantry video. So we had those. I think it was crushed red pepper, and I couldn't find any here. So I just pulled out some cayenne pepper, but we had a form of spicy pepper. I believe we had onion and garlic salt or powder. I pulled out an onion powder just to kind of represent it. She can tell me if I'm wrong. What else did we have? I'd say as much chili as we made, we either had chili mixes in the pack, or we might have had the chili spice in the jar. I can't remember. I used to make a lot of chili. I ought to remember that. I remember packs, but I can't remember exactly. Like I said, she can tell me. And as we got older, I remember only using in seasonal or some kind of all-season salt. And those were our basic. Let me see here. Make sure. Oh, yeah. I just bought that. I was thinking, did I just find that? No. Like an all-season salt. But I was noticing on here, as long as you've got chili peppers, black pepper, celery seed, and a couple of other little things, you make your own all-seasoning salt without all the additives. This one, I have to open up to get it out because it cakes. How can you keep your spices from caking? That's what I want to know. I know how to do my salt, but how do you do spices? But anyway, so as I'm going through my pantry, I'm thinking, what's the one thing I would miss if I didn't have it? And that is taste. Spices. Because pinto beans, potatoes, vegetables, about everything you make always tastes better with spices. So I did a stock up at Walmart. And I'll show you some of the things I got. Because I was running either low or totally out. I haven't had this one before, but I like the better than bouillon. I got the Italian herb. All these are from Walmart. It's a good stock up. I love better than bouillon. Good to January 24th to 25. They used way before then. I just got one. I'm trying to be good. And if I see I'm getting a little low, I can reorder. Made with seasoned roasted chicken. Another one I've never had. March 14th to 25. And a third one. Roasted beef base. These are three I've never tried. I've had the beef base, the vegetable one, and I think the chicken one. Ham based. Have y'all had the ham? Ham's good in beans. Expensive on Amazon. Walmart didn't have it. Made with seasoned roast beef. I figured those would be really three great, I hope the light's good, seasonings for food when I'm cooking, either in stews, casseroles, soups, especially pinto beans. Any of these would work in pinto beans. What else did I get? I'm going to show you the seasonings first. Or form of seasonings. I did get some crushed red pepper because I couldn't find any. And we used a lot of it. This is what I remember using growing up because my dad said, ooh, that's hot. My stomach's going to burn. And then he'd have second helpings. So, yeah. Got crushed. And I ordered this. And I said, Mom, I ordered it because of you, because I can remember using it growing up, but why did we use it? It was not in my inventory. Cream of tartar. Do y'all use it? She said, well, I used it when I made meringues on your meringue pies. And I think she told me something else. And I said, well, I bought a little container of cream of tartar because it reminded me of my childhood. And she laughed. So I got one of those. She actually said that when she made yeast bread, I think that's all of the, oh no, I'm getting ahead of myself. Nor's beef flavored bouillon, another great bouillon flavor. They smashed my container a little bit. I don't think it was supposed to be like this, but then they had all my spices and stuff in one bag and it kind of smushed them, but and it's good till, let me see, should have a date on it. July 23rd to 24. So, for a long time, Angie does not need any more, don't let me buy it now, beef bouillon of any kind. Between the better than bouillon this and the cubes, I got to stay out of the beef bouillon aisle. That's where it got me in trying to clean out my pantry, because I buy stuff, and I'd have way too much. So, remind me. Chicken bouillon flavor. Nor's. Again, can't go wrong. I use another kind, which I'll show you another time when we talk about the pantry. But this stuff is good. Michelle will tell you, and I think I've got a video somewhere where she was talking about Nor's. And this one's good till June 11th to 24. So right at a year. Don't let me buy any more chicken bouillon. between it and the saison. Is that how you say it? And I still have some from the Dollar Tree, which I've not even opened. I'll be honest. It's good. It's all right. The chicken is. But this and the chicken El Saison, I don't even need to get any of the chicken cubes. Don't let me do that either. And I've got one more that I actually opened up today, and I'll tell you why, so I'll be back in a second. I actually used a spaghetti sauce that didn't seem like it had enough of a tomatoey taste. My son-in-law said it reminded him more if I used more like a beef gravy or something more like beef stroganoff and noodles. So today I actually took this tomato bouillon with chicken flavor and added some of it to make it a little bit more tomatoey. I could have used probably chicken soup, or I could have probably used, what else did I have? Oh, tomato paste or tomatoes. But I just used a little bit of this. The only thing about these, or any of the bouillons, is you do kind of have to adjust your salt in your dishes when you use these, or if you're substituting these for something else, because they do have more of a salt taste. Well, that's all the spices I bought to stock up on. I think I'm going to cut it off here because I did let it get a little bit too long. We'll jump into another category. Let's do another category next time. We're going to jump into some categories you've not seen me even show. Never even showed them to you. We might experiment together because this joyful pantry needs to be used. No more stocking up, per se. Replacing, yes. I'm at a good point on the stocking up. I'm trying to pare it down to a manageable where it's gotten chaotic for me. It got really chaotic for me. So I'm trying to pare it down. And we'll talk more about some of the, like I talk about in my declutter videos. I've got criteria on what I keep and don't keep. Same with my pantry. And we'll talk about that more. What all seasonings, spices, do you remember as a child? I was born in 1960. So we had very little. Omi can tell you. But she always made the best food and made it taste good. What kind of spices? Because I do read the comments. And one of these days we'll do a live so we can chat together. I got to have somebody with me, keep me on track, because one little thing like when she came in, it could totally sidetrack me. And I want to thank Heather from the Needy Homesteader for getting me talking about it, because I'm doing it. But I thought, what a fabulous way to show support for Heather getting back into YouTube. And to maybe get y'all's mind working like mine. What do we really need, or what do we really not need? And yeah. See, I'm already getting there. A little long-winded. I start losing train of thought too. I hope you enjoyed this little sample of spices I have. One day after I get through with another segment, I might show you what I'll actually have to where I didn't have to buy, or a lot of it, because I'm trying to be mindful. That's like if I'm cutting back on this right now where I've really overdone it, it's also affording me to be able to do a few other little things. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Heather. And until next time, we'll talk soon.